And we are live. We are live. Ready to go.
You're listening to the Indeed podcast, part of Versus the World Radio Productions. For more about this and other great shows, visit vtwproductions.com.
Boy, as a boy, you exceed the maximum amount of crazy that my medication allows me to deal with. But here's last week's Indeed podcast.
Where the keynote will be brought to us by Jimmy, the Recycler Galaducci.
The only fans you have are robots.
It was good. Well, okay.
He's just jealous.
Just don't tell. They'll never know.
Yes. Douchebags.
That's what you're supposed to think now.
Including authentic Alderaan.
See, I've got this thing called a job. Well, I hear that stripping on the internet makes good money.
They sell your franchise to Cleveland?
Holy
Crap, you suck.
Hi, this is Bill Holbrook. I do Kevin Tell, Fast Track and Safe Havens, and you're listening to Indeed Podcast.
And welcome to Indeed Podcast, episode 133. Tonight, we are doing the 24-hour Indeed Podcast Belchathon. If you'd like to donate, it's not too late. Just go to Indeed Podcast, notexistent.url.com, and search for me. I'm Peter Ballpoint.
Wow. And I'm Caleb Colby, and today I will be played by Darth Helmet.
Oh, I guess that's my turn. I was too busy drawing on my face. I'm Dirk Benedict.
I will paint my face with your blood!
I'll paint my face with your digital coloring from the... Yeah, okay. I'm Dirk Benedict.
Mine's cooler.
And pulling the last of the show here, playing today is Steve Martin, also known as Chris.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Our new live format. How's it going?
Yes, it's a lot better, I think.
Yep, we are up to 3 viewers.
Yay!
Yay!
Our viewership has increased exponentially.
That means a lot, right?
It went 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3.
Yay! Little steps, baby steps.
Uh-oh. I have somebody sneaking around behind me.
Is it the ninjas?
You got ninjas.
Yes.
Well,
I have this ninja infestation.
Girl ninja. Ninja-ettes.
Wait, there's girls on this show?
Are there girls there? Hey, it's Carrie and the Ninja-ettes.
Woohoo.
Roll to see if I'm getting drunk. Ogres! Okay. So we're gonna do our week in review. Or wait, yeah.
Freaking rocks my socks.
A week in review.
Wow, that's a good week.
all right, we'll start this week off here with Caleb. Caleb, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Got some sleep this week. Amazing how that happens when you're not taking people to the hospital like every other day.
Start.
But other than that, yeah, doing well. Getting some good sleep. Doing work. Got some upgrades this morning in our Siege of Orgrimmar raid. It's pretty awesome raiding in the mornings with all the people from Europe. Yeah, so other than that, working on some audio production stuff, working on some writing stuff. Nothing yet to be of publishable status yet, but still working on that. And enjoying my really awesome air-conditioned house that is really cold. And although today it was like 50 degrees outside with rain, and I'm wearing a... which is awesome.
You're like bundled up.
I know, and it's awesome because it's like cold in here, but it's awesome.
All right, Keith, how you holding up this week?
I'm doing all right. I took my kids to see Guardians of the Galaxy on Saturday and spent a fortune at the theater, so that was fun.
Did they hate
They
it?
liked it. They liked it. Even my 14-year-old daughter, who is not interested in any of the same kind of movies that I'm interested in, she stayed awake this time, which was good. And she liked it. So that was fun. And at work, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there's this new app that we've discovered called Word Lens. Have you heard of this?
No.
No.
So this is cool. I just wanted to mention it on my weekend review rather than just use it as a topic on the show. But what you do is you take a piece of paper with some text on it, like English text, and you point your phone's camera at it with this app. And in real time, it translates the text into
A different
German,
language.
Italian, Spanish, Portuguese. It's pretty freaking amazing. It's like Star Trek almost, you know? So
It's a universal translator.
it's pretty dang cool. I kind of flipped out when somebody demoed it for me. So that was fun. I played with that a little bit yesterday.
Does it go the
And
other way though? Can you like?
Yeah, you can do English from those languages. So
Oh.
hopefully they'll expand
Point
it and do more.
road sign while you're driving.
Yeah. While you're driving in
wait, you don't-
Russia.
you
Yeah.
Well, translate from English to like Southerner or to Midwesterner or
Y'all.
Throw some Ebonics on that. Some jive.
Yeah,
It's
some
okay.
jive talking.
Dive.
That's what we need. Jive talking lens. No, but
There's
and
a
then
new app idea.
and I've been playing some Red Dead Redemption, and that pretty much covers my week.
Gary, you apparently have repopulated your house.
Yes. Over the weekend, I decided to have 3 children.
You grow up so fast.
I know it's Wednesday, and they're like, starting junior high and 6th grade. Whoa! No, so my kids came back from Montana. So I apologize.
On Indeed podcast, Carrie has grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then you'll be old, and you'll be playing the flute, and then you'll be sucked back to the starship, and
We
you'll
had good video games from back in my day.
But if I have grandkids next week, I can't podcast because old people don't podcast, right?
hey, you're already old. You're already breaking that myth.
Yeah. So it's been good. My kids got home last night, and immediately, as soon as they got in the door, I got hugs, and then they disappeared, and had to come upstairs to the computer room to see my children on my computer instead of hanging out with the father they haven't seen for a couple months. But
I haven't seen the computer for a couple of months either.
Dad, computer!
Right, Dad, I'm so glad I'm home with your computer now. But it's great. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad they're back. But it's been a busy week at work too, so I've been working lots of hours. Did a show again Monday with Pop Overkill. Had a band come from Colorado and a guy come from New York, and had a blast.
Nice.
Yeah. And the really fun thing was that the keyboard player from the band that was from Colorado was actually from Montana, so we had to talk redneck small town.
Nice.
So it was good.
Like you do.
Right. Not that I'm from Montana, but
No, of course not.
I'm married to Montana, so.
Well, my week has been about as busy. This past Saturday, I got a call from Roxy. And by the way, you got Roxy and Hando from BTW. Thank you guys for joining us here on the show.
Can
Have you guys comments?
type in chat, and if you can we see it?
Yes, I can see it. I'm watching it right now.
Am I in a different chat then? Because all I can see is me and Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my chat windows. View all comments. You have to look at the comment section. Or we're typing. So losers. But anyways, Saturday, Roxy calls me up, and she has this big float the river thing going on. She needed someone to watch Peanut. And, of course, I didn't have anything better to do. And it sounded pretty fun. So, of course, I get to spend all day Saturday hanging with Peanut. And we watched a bunch of My Little Pony. We watched Tarzan. We watched Road to El Dorado. Oh, it was a blast. So that was a fun weekend. For gaming, though, for that little time well spent, Roxy gifted me Planet Explorers. And for a kind of a world sandbox game, it's really interesting, but what sucks about it is you're trying to do stuff, and the creatures that are native to the planet you crash land on just out of nowhere pop up, kill you, and leave. In early game, it's really hard to stay alive.
I can vouch for this, yes.
Yeah, so I haven't played with multiple players yet. I've only done the single-player campaigns. But the beginning of the game, when they start off and the ship is like trying to land and it crashes, the voice acting in there is horrendous. It's just terrible.
It's early access.
Yeah, it is really early access. Potentially, though, this game is a great mix between kind of a WoW scenario, Minecraft, and there's a lot of elements like Star Wars for like futuristic tech, because you can build eventually guns, lasers, and buildings and stuff like that. So, jetpack. So potential great game, but I mean, and besides my World of Warcraft doing the raiding, that's pretty much been my week.
That's right. We have a raid Sunday evening.
Yes, or at least attempt more raiding Sunday evening. So, all right, let's go ahead, and it's time for our weekend review.
That's what we just did.
Time for
weekly roundup.
Do it again if you want.
No.
So, Keith, how was your week?
Same.
This week on Indeed Podcast, the same as last week on Indeed Podcast. We're just going to do it all twice.
All right, time paradox, straight ahead to weekly roundup.
Take next week off. We just did this one twice.
You boys ain't from around here, are you?
All right, weekly roundup is a bunch of news stories out on the web we found interesting. We figured you would too. We're going to start off with a great little story. Thanks to Caleb and Keith for throwing some stories out my way this time. But if you take your motorcycle ride seriously enough, though, you may want to check out the new heads-up display in your helmet. There's something to do about it. Scully, which has just launched a crowdfunding campaign. By the way, they've hit $1.3 million of their $500,000. So they actually were fully funded. And it's a new helmet that is now named the AR1. It's $1,399. But this little puppy will have all your electrical devices on the screen of the helmet, including your rate of speed and all the terrain.
And
it's just like
for where to get your oil changed.
This little ad pops up there. Also, you can, with the voice commands, link to your phone through Bluetooth. So the idea of this helmet being, $1,400, it's designed to come out on May somewhere in 2015, and they have a lot of orders for these helmets. But it looks pretty amazing for a heads-up display helmet.
Well, how much would a helmet like this cost without the heads-up display? Like just a really good quality just helmet. Like a couple $100, like $150, $200.
Got me,
maybe
man.
more than that, but probably not much more than that. $300 maybe. I'd ask the chat room if I could see it.
Amazon.com motorcycle helmet. Let me see what we can find here.
Screw up your suggestions.
Here's $100, $40, $50. It depends.
My question here is, how long is it going to be before you get adware and your entire helmet display is filled up with toolbars? Ask and Jeeves.
And driving down the road and have a blue screen of death pop up.
Ooh. It's a little scarier when you're talking about a motorcycle helmet.
Hopefully he bought the rest of the body armor to go with it.
I just think they need to, on the outside, have the Cylon-looking red light going back and forth.
Right.
That's the deluxe edition. That one's going to cost you $2,100.
That would be kind of cool, though. I would definitely give it. The idea is pretty neat. Stuff people talked about for quite some time. It's nice to see a company actually push forward, get a helmet like this onto the market, which I figured this would have been a while back ago, at least 4 or 5 years. But, hey, give them the best of luck. I wish them the best. It is a very brutal market, but at least they made their crowdfunding source target.
You got to remember, though, Chris, 4 or 5 years ago, we were, deep in the middle of the whole Toyota failing brakes debacle. I don't imagine anybody would have been all excited about having a spam adware helmet to put over your face in the middle of that. So.
Well, it doesn't say this is sponsored by Google, so we should be all right.
Do you guys think it's an acceptable reward for those that did the Kickstarter or whatever it is? They get $100 off of the normal $1,500 price tag. Is that a good reward for?
How much did they pledge?
I don't know. I mean,
They just pledged to buy it.
Yeah.
But if they pledge to buy it, they got $100 off. When it comes out on the market in May 2015, the price goes up to $1,500.
It seems like a little, I don't know.
See,
it seems a little disappointing.
I want mine to have like logos that you can change the logo and color of the helmet by just an app.
Oh, that'd be cool. No, that would be pretty techy though. I mean,
they need to design it to look like the Daft Punk helmet, because then I'd buy it.
Then they'd get sued. Right?
Stormtrooper helmet.
Or if you can change the look, then you can do the Mike Tyson tattoo, right?
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm just looking for ways to get sued now. Ignore me.
All right, well, wish them the best of luck. We'll hit our next story here. And this gets really interesting. Will Steam challenge iTunes and Google Play for your media buying cache? What is this? The only thing that's better than using Steam is digging through its source code to see what's coming down in the future. On a recent trawl, they found a digital store inner workings within the Steam database for the words kind of like TV series, music app, stuff like that. So in theory, based upon the code, Valve may be looking to seriously put Steam on as a rival to iTunes and Google Play for actual music and TV content. With a platform of over 75 million registered users, of course, this is, would be something they would definitely look into, and they've talked about Steam Music for quite some time. They did get two names out of the one name of a series in there was Breaking Bad, already preloaded for testing. So
yeah, they show a snippet of code, and the code, it's like a code diff comparison, and there's type film, there's variables in here like type film, type TV series, type video. So
well, they already did a video. They launched that movie Free to Play, like that documentary.
Oh right, yeah.
That pretty much everybody got for free if you were logged in and an account and whatnot. So yeah, I think that maybe that was kind of a test deal of how many people are actually interested in stuff other than games.
Well, I think with their whole interface, and it's right now just slipping my brain what it's called, but their console game interface that they've got.
It's like big screen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big picture.
Big picture. There you go.
Yeah. So I think with Steam, with their their big picture thing, I think they're putting themselves in a good spot to be able to do this kind of a thing. I'm not sure the comparison to iTunes and Google Play is a good one. Although it may be appropriate, but I think a comparison to your PlayStation or Xbox is a lot more appropriate, because you start at the PS4 and you can go to Netflix or whatever and watch movies and YouTube and browse the web and listen to your Google Play songs and so forth. So it wouldn't surprise me. I think it's a logical extension of what they're doing with Big Picture now. You build yourself a PC, attach it to your big screen TV, play all your Steam games, watch your movies.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Steam Box.
Yeah, this is going to couple really well with the Steam Box.
Yeah, but I was going to take issue with the title because it's talking about challenging iTunes and Google Play, and in order for it to be able to challenge Google Play, they're going to have to make it possible for me to get all of the music that I already own in either iTunes or Google Play into their interface. That's one of the brilliant things about what Google Play did. They said, hey, here, have 19 gig worth of storage space on the cloud to put all of the music you already own. And so while I don't buy all of my music on Google Play, I now have a large repository of all of my music that's available anywhere on the web. And so I'm more likely to buy from Google Play than I am from anywhere else, although I still usually get higher quality MP3s from Amazon than I do from Google. Just saying.
Yeah, And having a cloud service like that means a lot in this day and age, and giving you that much for free is a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, are they gonna do like a Steam Summer/Winter sale for their?
Oh, oh, that'd be sweet.
Because then we're in trouble. Like,
but I'm spending $100 every season.
entire discography of
Yeah.
Weird Al for.
But I can get all of the Yes albums in really high bit rate for only $75.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I would.
Well, basically, it's an interesting story. We'll see where Steam goes with that. We know they're the big driver for this kind of technology, and it would be something you would see coming along with the Steam Box as it comes down the line, because that's something definitely I'm looking into. So we'll move on to our last story for this roundup, but I do want to mention Jacob, who joined us on the wall, fellow person on the podcast once in a while, pointed out helmets are running from a good helmet for $400 to $700. Wow, that's spendy for a helmet.
Yeah, but when you consider the cost of your brain, I'm thinking $700 is kind of cheap.
Well, it's like
$1,500.
Not my brain.
Yeah, but it's not worth that much.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's like, Terry, I could find a guitar for you for $100 online, but
Good point. Yeah.
you know.
I kind of like my brain right where it's at. You know, it may not be worth that, but I kind of like it there.
You think the placement of it is worth that?
Yeah, or at least keeping it in place.
Keeping it connected and
Yeah.
away from open air.
All right, we'll move on to the last story here, and it's all about Google, folks. Google satellites could soon see your face from space, which I always thought they did already, but I guess there was some legislation saying a couple months ago they decided to lobby against the biggest satellite companies in North America, which is Digital Globe, to the U.S. government to relax restrictions to allow commercially available satellite imagery up to 25
Whatever that is.
25 centimeter resolution.
Wow.
Which is twice as detailed as the previous of 50. Digital Globe Webcom View is the first commercial satellite to capture these high-res images and set to launch this Wednesday. 6 months after that, private businesses will include regular client Google, which will be able to get their hands on the hyper-detailed photos and videos of the globe. Now, something tells me Google probably already has those satellites in play. And we know the government's had satellites with that kind of detailed technology for quite some time, but now allowing the public or private corporations to allow satellites with that kind of detail, I mean, really? I mean, Google's always amazing right now after a natural disaster, how quickly they give you a before and after satellite view of the whole area.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't shake the whole Onion News Network article about Google Street View will now allow you to view the inside of people's homes. I just can't shake that out of my head at the moment.
Cat burglar view.
So I'm trying to visualize in my brain because I can't find a ruler here handy, and I'm an American.
It's still where it should be too, so that's good.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to convert centimeters to inches.
Isn't it like 2.5 centimeters to an inch?
Oh my God, guys! Don't let people see how dumb we are.
we're dumb when it comes to
Oh, hold on.
abnormal measurements. Yeah, because everybody uses inches, and that's how it should be.
It's like 2.5 centimeters to an inch.
Right. So 25 centimeters.
Yeah, it's 2.5.
Is roughly 10 inches.
Yep.
So before you go getting real excited about the resolution, that means that 1 pixel on a picture is about the size of your skull.
Still, probably from space. Come on.
So my point is, you're still not recognizable. You can't read license plates.
Oh man, I could. Oh come on, you're ruining all the CSI fun.
So Hando here on the chat.
Enhance.
Hando in the chat window here says, Google, watching you from space, building killer robots, best internet company ever.
Exterminate.
Oh, wow. Google, you are crazy, but we'll see what comes of it. I'm not sure. They haven't said much about the invasion, and people aren't barking about this quite yet, but I'm sure this is going to be a much bigger story down the line within a few weeks that people are going to start really barking because these kind of satellites are now being launched, which any idiot knows they probably already have that up there, probably even better than 25.
The good thing is when the alien invasion happens, we'll get a good view on Google Earth.
I know. See,
It'll be a great before and after shot. With aliens, without aliens.
All right, we're going to take our first break here. When we come back, folks, it's Creepy or Cool, Stuff in Your Banana. We also have some movie stuff to talk about. We have a Say What moment and a whole bunch of unsafe things coming down the line after this.
I don't want any of that stuff in my banana.
Do you like it better there now, 1 or 2? Once again, that's 1 or 2.
What?
Just break.
All right, let's see.
You forgot the file, didn't you?
Did I have something for a break?
Yeah, break one. Break one file.
Break one. Break one.
One.
Nope.
With the double click song.
And it's gone.
With the double click song, yeah.
Pokemon Extras. Ooh, I still have that one up.
What?
Yeah, folks, this is the technical difficulties we will see because someone who wasn't prepared or rushed to be prepared.
Deal with it.
With 8 shows, crazy forum boards, vent servers, and engaging Steam Play, you are listening to VTWProductions.com. Join VTW in our Steam Play, where we have community battles in Team Fortress 2, Civ 5, League of Legends, and Dota 2. Also check out our monthly art contest with original photos and creative designs. Join VTW in our event server and introduce yourself with games from around the world. Don't forget to email shows and let your opinion be heard. Be part of it. Time to get your geek on.
Apparently.
Minecraft. I thought so. So you want to come play with us on the VTW Minecraft server? Great. Send Nurian or Greebog a private message on the forums and we'll get you on the whitelist.
That sounds racist.
Second meals. Hi, I'm Jim Raynard. Today we're going to talk about grilled hydralis. You're going to need some Scotty Bulgers, old number 8, some butter, some onions, peppers, and some Scotty Bulgers, old number 8. Throw those over a pan, simmered over some open heat flame, about 15 minutes. Once it's done, you let it cool, and you wash it down with some Scotty Bulgers, old number 8. This is 20-second meals with Jim Raynard.
Alrighty.
I approve.
Yes. You approve?
The chat now. This is cool.
So when Carrie was going to share an epiphany or something. What were you going to say?
It wasn't so much an epiphany as it appears that Google doesn't like Firefox because I opened the chat window so that I could chat with all of our wonderful watchers/listeners. And when I type yay chat and press post, I get an oops, remove the HTML tags and try again.
So how are you doing the chat?
I had to open the page as if I was a viewer, so I have to have an open device.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's how I did it. I just have to make sure that I mute it, otherwise we get stuff like this.
I won't do that since I'm recording.
Alrighty.
I approve.
You approve?
Apparently, it also has frozen the
So we get, deja vu.
watching page, so I don't get to chat with all of our wonderful listeners because Google sucks. Firefox, it's not like it's unusual.
It's a new browser, it's an up-and-coming thing. That's just
the name of my Tom Jones cover band.
Great. All right. With that note, let's go ahead and start our Creepy or Cool.
But I don't want to. All right.
1, 2, creepy cool for you. 3, 4.
I would like to say that I reformatted my computer, so everything is not loaded up the way it was. That's why I'm trying.
I was just having this conversation with my kids today, complaining that the future generation will have no idea the horror of typing in something like format C.
F-dis.
Oops.
Or the fun jokes you can play on your computer illiterate friends.
Right. No smoke.
The internet already does that to them. You're like, Your computer is running slow. Would you like to speed it up? Click here
Right.
to download now.
Yeah.
All right. Today's Creepy or Cruel is brought to you by Caleb, because in Montana they don't have anything better to do.
Hey, no. This actually comes. I will tell you where I got this, and I got this from the Facebook group for the Tadpool. So
Okay.
that's where this comes from.
All right. You know that disappointing feeling when you bite into a banana and there's nothing,
No, I don't.
nothing inside?
Please, Chris, tell us more.
Well, normally they can't complete with a great cream-filled Twinkie or a caramel-packed tube of Rolos. But now what the hell is this called?
Perverto banana.
Deposit banana levels the playing field. It injects a banana, still in their peel, with all kinds of great fillings like chocolate or cream or caramel. And you can eat it and enjoy it as a healthy and nummy snack.
What's caramel?
It's that girl that lives down the street with her husband Jerome.
I thought it was a mountain in the Middle East.
So apparently, oh God, apparently you can cork a hole in the banana to create a tube, which will allow the
Many sound clips.
banana
Many sound clips.
to work its magic to fill the banana full of the delicious goodies.
Phrasing.
Wow. People who's here, I'm sorry.
Hey, we can put a link to this in chat so that people can see the.
Oh, we definitely could do that. Look at this. Here, well,
I got it.
You got it. Okay. So yes, this is a great little field. They actually have a bunch of different items that you can use, and of course, I have a picture of Bert saying "mind blown" from Bert and Ernie. That's interesting.
And his head looks surprisingly like a banana.
All right.
Apparently, it only allows you to type in chat at like a certain character limit size. So if somebody wants to shorten that link, they can.
Wow, I'm not sure I can shorten that link.
What?
So you need like a tiny URL version.
Oh, because it doesn't allow you to have links in here.
No,
well,
you can. You're just
a character limit.
By a character limit. Yeah.
No, this is remove any web addresses and try again.
He needs someone with better character to post it.
Yes, apparently so. Anyways, we will start off by you, Keith. How do you feel about the new Gizmodo Deposit Banana?
You guys are going to chastise me for this, but I think this is cool.
To each his own, sir. Why is it cool for you?
I like it. I mean, come on. You're taking a food that looks healthy and you're putting like junk food in the middle.
You're
down, man.
Americanizing
I'm down.
it.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's fun. It's cool.
All right,
I know it's got double entendre written all over it and all kinds of nasty ways.
There's
I'm
no
not
double
thinking of it
about
that
it,
way.
dude. Just is that.
Well, it looks like our own little Indeed tadpolery is also like Hendo likes to inject his banana with banana baby food.
Oh.
Is that a double baked banana?
See, you can get pretty creative with the things that you inject and the things that you inject things with, right?
If you like banana baby food, then I bet it's delicious.
Wait, but that's just the thing. Both of those are variables. You can change the banana, you can change the baby food.
I guess.
You could make the
bananas.
a tire.
I'm going with creepy because bananas are creepy to begin.
Bananas, now with cream squash.
Twinkified bananas.
Alrighty, Carrie, how are you feeling about it?
Oh, creepy. There's not much that isn't creepy about this whole idea. Besides the fact that it was invented a long time ago, they called it a turkey baster. Syringe. We've had them for decades, if not centuries.
What, you inject your banana with heroin?
Oh, geez. It just seems better to do it to a banana than a turkey, though.
It depends on whether you want. Never mind. But I suspect you'd sell a whole lot more bananas at the convenience stores if you injected them with heroin.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, Jake was asking, what if your banana has a bit of a curve to it? I guess it actually takes that into consideration because it's a little deal that actually kind of straightens a banana up a little bit. And there's really not a video, so I can't really tell you exactly how it's done. But
describe this in better detail.
You know, if we were a Rated R podcast, we could stay on this subject for a very long time.
Wow, that wouldn't be too hard. Yeah. So I will actually go with, oh, Lordy, I have to say creepy. Yeah, I mean, I love Twinkies. Don't get me wrong. When they talk about Twinkies, Twinkies are my ultimate dessert. I love Twinkies. But for this banana to try to treat itself like a Twinkie, that's just wrong, and I would not allow that kind of action in any kind of kingdom of the fruit world.
Look, there's no talk of corking a Twinkie after it's been filled. Okay.
No.
It's not trying to impersonate at all. It's
been pre-corked.
And you know that it's not hiding in a skin after it's been filled.
That's true.
It's open and all. It's there. It's, hey, this is what I look like.
There's no pretending with a Twinkie.
Exactly.
It's pure. It's raw. It is.
But I knew
as
you
it's
guys
meant
were
to
gonna-
be.
You guys were all going to go creepy, and I knew it. There had to be some balanced discussion. That's all I'm saying.
There's nothing balanced about this.
Why?
And I really think Twinkie rights should not be infringed on this aspect of a banana doing this. So this is where it has to be creepy and the line has to be drawn. We should not allow these kind of wannabe desserts to exist in a world where it's a Twinkie domination.
It's
You're
a
worried about
slippery
Twinkie
slope. I mean, it really is.
Yep. And apparently Roxy is kind of confused, and she might be excited. I don't know. She's not talking, so we'll let her go with that. So that's our Creepy or Cool for the night. Yay! Okay, we're going to go ahead and move into a little bit of movie and game review. One movie I am going to start talking about. It's already on the VTW. You can actually see my full review on it, but I got to talk about it because I was just floored by when I went and saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this past weekend. And might I add that I love the Turtles. I grew up on Turtles. I thought Turtles cartoons were great. The voice acting was awesome. My son grew up on Generation of Turtles, and he loved the originals too. So we both actually, what he did, he calls me up and he said, I bought advance tickets to go see this, Dad. Go see it with me. So I thought, oh, this is a great father and son movie. We'll go. And we walked out there, and we were just shocked and awed.
You have to kill him later for the dishonor he brought to your family.
Pretty much. I will maim him in a pile of rocks. So the whole aspect of the movie, and I like to, with my review, I kept it spoiler free. I will state that the CGI of the Turtles was phenomenal. The voice acting they chose for the Turtles, including Johnny Knoxville, might I add, did a great job. That alone, 4 out of 5 style movie. Great.
So better than rubber suits.
Better than rubber suits. Actually, they used rubber suits, but they used CGI enhancements on it to make it a little more real. And that's what really just made it perfect. And each turtle is different dramatically. I mean, physically, look, the height, just everything. They look different. Every human in that movie, absolutely horrible. We're talking Megan Fox has to stop making movies. And if there's a petition on .org, that petition.org, I will sign it in a heartbeat to prevent her from making any more movies. She is the Tara Reid from Sharknado.
So is that petition is that a higher priority than the petition to deport Justin Bieber?
Oh, no, not that high, but it's going to be running that close.
You have to prioritize these things.
Nice timing on that. So
yeah, it was a little slow.
It's still a really overall one of the other Whoopi Goldberg was on it. She's only a very small part, but she actually did all right. I won't diss her part.
Was she the bartender that had traveled back in time?
No, but she was the newspaper editor, which was pretty fun.
She was April's boss, right?
April's boss, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name. Novell. Oh, fart. The guy who played the cameraman in the movie. Oh, horrible job. Anyways, someone look that up for me while I'm talking here. Go for it. Find out who was the cameraman. Anyways, the cameraman they should have used in this movie was the dude from the Godzilla 2000. He was a New Yorker cameraman. This guy was just a perv. And it was sad the way it was. Yeah, I agree with Jacob here. Michael Bay just needs to stop using her as an actress. I don't know what he has it with her. Well, let's not make any assumptions. But he just has to stop. But overall, the plot was not very good. Well, it wasn't that great. And then to top it off, the Shredder and the Foot Soldiers, folks. Okay, Shredder, really don't see him much. He wasn't that great. He was actually pretty horrible. The Foot Soldiers, none of them knew how to fight. They all used guns, and even that, they were shooting like the A-Team.
Because, ninjas.
Exactly. That's why they're called the Foot Clan. And none of them, they were just terrible. They shot, they used to make some little corp about something. Oh my God, turtle! Ah! And they get knocked out or something, and it was terrible.
Well, see, they had to all get jobs after the last film because they were all out of money, and so they all became mall security guards.
And Mall Cop Part 2 has been formed.
I think you're thinking of Will Arnett. Is that correct?
Yes. He was the cameraman, did horrible. He was a perv.
I can buy that. It's kind of funny. I just did because I wasn't sure if he was the right guy. I did a Google image search for Vernon Fenwick, which is his character name, and they show some pictures of the guys in the turtle suits on Google image search. I was kind of picturing a green screen thing, but it's not that at all.
Nope. They actually
motion capture suits.
Yeah, it was. No, it was actual live puppet suits, and they just used CGI to enhance the face and the features on the suit. And they did really well. Again, all the points in the movie were to that. They made it look real, and it was wonderful. And the voice actors kept really true to how the characters, each of them were different. And they did really good. Johnny Knoxville honestly did a really good job. He knocked it out of the park. But, man, they just teamed it up with some horrible people. And, yeah, Andrew and I walked out. Now, I will spoil one thing. Don't stay till after the credits. There's nothing. Nada.
That's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
You ruined my whole movie-going experience.
Yeah, I'm saving you your 5 or 10 minutes of sitting there and just wondering. Nope, they don't do any kind of thing at the end. And in a day and age, here's a question for you.
What is this,
with
Omar?
movies,
Come on.
yeah, in a day and age when movies have those kind of little spoilers at the end of it, is it something you would expect from especially movies that have such a tie to past cultural history in our aspects?
Not from Michael Bay. He has no history with it. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're focusing on the fact that it's a Michael Bay movie, then I probably agree with Keith. He's got no history with it, and he doesn't respect the film industry enough to understand things like that. But at the same time, because it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, I would absolutely expect an after the credits kind of a shot, because there's always been that level of humor and things like that in it. So
I made another funny.
I expected Casey to show up, something to kind of him with a hockey helmet or something, or a hockey mask or something. I expected something like that to be at the end of it. But so if you're planning on going and seeing it, don't wait for the red box, or go to the Bay and catch it, because it's not a big screen type movie to watch.
Speaking of waiting for scenes after the credits, it's kind of amazing. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy twice now. It's amazing to me how many people get up and walk out during the credits. It's like, how do we not all know by now to hang around?
Yeah, and that was a great ending too.
It was.
Or a little tidbit, and for anyone who understands what the characters mean in this universe, it was a perfect way to represent them. They did a great job. Marvel, you're doing good. Keep it up.
Yeah, I think part of the reason people are walking out is I think there's probably two aspects to it. One of them is people just don't care, and they're not invested in the universe like we are. I mean, we love the characters. We love the universe. We love everything about what's going on there, which is part of the reason why Chris gets so bent out of shape when they butcher the turtles. Although I still maintain, if Megan Fox is in the movie, I don't know why you're expecting it to be anything approaching mediocre. But anyway, I digress. I think a lot of it is people they don't care, they don't love the universe like we do. But I think a lot of it is also, oftentimes they don't. Your average moviegoer is not going to get what happened at the end of this movie. A lot of times they will. I think there's lots of things at the ends of movies that are interesting. But a good example is. Well, I think it's a good example is the scene at the end of Avengers where they're all eating shawarma or whatever in the restaurant.
Yeah, right.
That was clever. It was humorous, amusing, and all of that. But I don't think you would really, unless you really identified with the movie or identified with the characters, I don't think you're really going to care. It's just like, okay, they're eating in a restaurant, so what?
Yeah, but that was the joke. It was so dumb.
Sure, and we all appreciate that because we like that kind of humor and we understand what's going on there. But I think if you're not in that universe, then you don't get it. I don't want to ruin the tag ending on this one either. But I think that most of the world is going to miss. That was.
I think I heard people say, "Well, who was that supposed to be? Or what was that supposed to be?" So yeah.
Right.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Caleb, cue up a good music. We're going to have a little tune here for you guys to listen to. Good time to go grab a drink. When we come back, friends of ours over at Tech Syndicate hit a world record. I'm going to tell you about it here afterwards. And also, a parting thought, we have Unsafe House, and we have to say goodbye to a very favorite friend after this.
First grade you said I was pretty. In ninth grade you were quiet but witty. Then you moved out to some other city and became a deranged billionaire. You've got a master plan and it's evil. Your hopes are for worldwide upheaval. They seem violent and somewhat medieval. But I'm thinking that my love could save you. You've got lasers and I've got feelings. Your lonely heart could use some healing. You've got lasers and I've got feelings for you. Everyone in the world knows your name now, and that might give you some comfort somehow. But no one has promised their vows, and I know I'm the right one for you. To me, you just seem so alone. You're collecting your enemies' bones, and you use them in building your throne. And I think I should give you a call. You've got lasers and I've got feelings. Your lonely heart could use some healing. You've got lasers and I've got feelings for you. I can see right through your disguise. It's not hard, it only covers your eyes. And I wonder if you ever cry, or if you ever think about me. I'm not trying to give you a guilt trip, but they won't let me on to your airship. My friends tell me I'm losing my grip, but I want you to know that I care. You've got lasers and I've got feelings. Your lonely heart could use some healing. You've got lasers and I've got feelings for you. You've got lasers and I've got feelings. Why are bad boys so appealing? You've got lasers and I've got feelings for you.
And welcome back.
Yay, Double Clicks, we love your music. Yay!
Yeah, they were awesome at Nerdtacular.
Yes,
They're pretty
and,
good at the game show too.
Yes.
and then we get it to Rose City Comic Con, which I may not be at, but
Although, what Brian Ibbett did to them was kind of horrendous.
what did he do to them?
Well, okay, so there was part of the show is that they had to read a book, but then they had to read the book to a tune of a song.
Oh right, yeah.
And
They did
then
pretty well. They did well.
and then the other teammates had to guess what song it was. The problem was that the book that Brian Ibbett ended up having for them to read was really horrible.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I was thinking more like the being put on the spot, the performance
Oh
of it.
no, that was fine.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that little detail.
Well, we will move on here. I want to point out this Saturday, if anyone's in Portland, it is Save the Serenity Day. Basically, we go on down, we watch Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. They're going to give a bunch away, a whole bunch of goodies, and then we're going to watch the actual movie Serenity. It's a bunch of just geeks getting together. If you're in downtown Portland, you need to check it out. It's going to be wonderful, and I will be there.
Wish I was there. Jeez.
I'd be more impressed if you watched all the episodes of Firefly in order rather than just the movie. But
Yeah,
I
Time
understand.
permitted.
You're all old. You got to get home, feed the cat.
Wow. Really? Really? Alrighty, so I do want to touch bases on a little say what moment. What?
Wait, Chris,
So-
did you get new headphones?
Yeah, actually, I bought my work ones. Yeah, I'm not dealing. I'm not dealing with my other ones here. See, here they are.
Band-Aid on those.
An hour into the podcast, Carrie notices Chris has different headphones.
Oh my god! I wish you would notice my hair once in a while.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
I'm
there are
such a good
7
man.
differences in Chris's video feed from last week. Can you spot all 7?
So next week we're going to have DSK, who's from Tech Syndicate. He has been on the show before. Phenomenal tech expert out of New York City. But recently, I want to point out and give him congratulations because they actually achieved in the Guinness Book of World Records the highest altitude terrestrial land party. Topping at 14,400 feet. They picked up a server, took it to the top of a mountain, put up a router, had a whole bunch of laptops connect, and this is in conjunction with Asus and Intel, and they actually have a video of it. I'll have it in the show notes.
I'm
And
surprised
it,
Red Bull didn't sponsor this.
yeah, it was something because one of the guys was at the tech conference, and they were talking to Asus, and they're like, well, this would be kind of cool to do at a high altitude, and they're like, well, that's a pretty fun idea. So they gave him some technology, and they Diskin actually has video on how he made this like car battery with all these connections so the laptops could connect to the battery after fully charged. And they got up there, and the problem is it's a very volatile time of season there. So lightning, sudden snowstorms, I mean, just
Call that force feedback. Come on.
So they got it on top of the mountain, they got it all recorded, they got up there, and they played the original Doom, and they actually got like 30, 40 minutes of it, and then they packed up and had to get out there because of a big snowstorm. As soon as they packed up, hit the area, and they could barely see going back down the mountain.
They didn't even have time to order pizza. Jeez.
I know, that would have been funny.
And
I feel bad for the one guy that
horrible too.
I feel bad for that one guy that carried his desktop and monitor and
The CRT monitor.
yeah, because there's always one of those, right?
I got a 21-inch and 2 Voodoo 2s, man.
Everybody else being filthy casuals.
So yeah, and Jacob pointed out that they actually had a LAN party on the way back on a C-17. That's why they stated this in the Guinness Book of World Records, the highest terrestrial LAN party. And they're verifying that now. But I guess they have some other actions. We're going to have him come over and talk about the episode because I think it's going to make a great story of what he had to go through to get this done because it was a great video, but hearing it live would be awesome.
See, I'm surprised that Chris Hatfield hasn't done like a LAN party on the ISS when he was up there.
Yeah, good point.
That would have been kind of cool. I would have liked that.
Yeah, nerd points. Come on.
I would. Okay, here's the question: if Chris Hatfield had done that, which game would he play?
Civilization in Space. Alpha Centauri. There you go.
MDK2.
I would say Quake 3 Arena, actually.
Probably something nice, first-person shooter.
Yeah.
If you're playing next to him and you beat him, he'll just like close your airlock and eject you out the side of the ISS.
No, each of you is in the airlock, and whoever loses gets their airlock opened. It's like
wow, high stakes StarCraft. What do you say?
Wouldn't that be deathmatch?
It would definitely be a deathmatch, not capture the flag.
Yep. Alrighty, we're going to go in for our parting thought tonight. Our parting thought is more of the look in the aspects because when I was looking at USA Today, I came across a story they were talking about security experts, which just had a big security conference in Las Vegas, were taking aim about internet usage of things and quote-unquote unsafe things. And what they mean by that mostly is how we make internet our home. I was at Comcast the other day, redoing my internet package and getting stuff done. One of the things they tried to sell me was the internet control of security through the web. You know, you can control your lights, you can control your AC unit, all that remotely through an app on the phone. I didn't want to deal with it because, first of all, they're saying, you can save 20% on your homeowner's insurance. No, you can't. That doesn't work. So the aspects of the idea is hooking up your home to the internet. Is it safe? Because A, hackers can easily get into it. As we see what Anonymous has done to the police department over the East Coast, it's not hard for a group of guys that know their way around the web to get into your website and now have full control of your home. So at what aspect do we consider this kind of technology given into the hands of people that don't know how to use it or keep it secure?
Well, that's not fair. Putting technology in the hands of people that don't know how to use it happens every day and has for hundreds of years.
Sorry, I just saw Jacob post, you're the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think Keith's over there stuffing his banana.
Sorry.
Well, the security app actually was talking about,
He was using technology.
That's right.
Hit your head with it. Have you tried turning it on and off again? So at the annual conference of Black Hat, of the annual conference of hackers and computer security experts, talking about this very issue, and almost every panel seemed to contain some kind of reference to this wave of connecting devices and the dangers. And about a minute to an hour, I can reliably unlock the doors of a car, said one tech researcher from a firm, Qualis, from Australia. Stated that he has no ideal concern, but notice on Wednesday the International Insurance Crime Bureau reported that thieves are using high-tech electronic devices to break into keyless entry systems and lock modern cars. Cars like mine, which is a Prius, it doesn't require a key, which before most people couldn't start if you break into it, but now we're finding ways around it.
Yes, we don't have that problem because I just leave my doors unlocked.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's part of the reason
people
are breaking into
a 93 Honda that has 320,000 miles on it. They're going to steal the nice Mustang that parks next to me.
That's right. But yeah, the reason, Chris, nobody's tried to steal your car yet is because nobody wants to steal a Prius.
Oh.
High-speed chase with one of those things is really anticlimactic.
Yeah,
that is great gas mileage.
Down the freeway in a Ford Bronco, huh?
It just keep driving because eventually all the police are going to run out of gas.
That's right. Except for the fact that they can like pass you and then stop in front of you because
Chris didn't get this idea out very far.
Sure, you could drive forever if you were in front.
Roxy, help me out here.
Chris doesn't need to be pulled over. He's too busy saving the planet with his car.
Yeah, I'm the one with the Decepticon sticker or the Empire logo. Yeah. That works really well.
Wow.
No,
Bad guy
well,
all over, huh?
And again, here I am being all like cynical and stuff, but that news is also not new. It's old. it's
Yeah, didn't you watch Gone in 60 Seconds?
not only that, but it was old during Gone in 60 Seconds. I remember way back when BlackBerries were not yet the phone to have. There were a bunch of people that were bragging about all the features that the BlackBerries had. You could actually even unlock your car doors with it for people that had the correct security system. And it was a problem because people were hanging out with BlackBerries in mall parking lots waiting for somebody to lock their car with their BlackBerry and then reverse, cracking the encryption on it and then unlocking the car and driving away with it. This was probably 15 years ago. 12 years ago. I don't remember when exactly it was, but it was a long time ago.
It's just because Carrie's old.
Also old and Gone in 60 Seconds was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. He was old long before Gone in 60 Seconds.
I think it was all...
Kind of wishing he'd have been gone in 60 seconds.
I should have put him in Dreads.
That would be awesome.
Well, one of the things they point out in the story is about how people with technology, which is one of the most advanced technology most people have, are their phones, which are replaced every couple of years to keep them on current technology, and most phones auto-update. One thing about appliances and homes, the ones that do have the connectivity, is one researcher pointed out, I replace my phone every 3 years, but I did replace my thermostat approximately never. Technology like that, once it's installed, will not update unless you tell it to, and will never be replaced. It's something you just don't replace very often. So if it becomes outdated technology, it stays outdated technology.
One of the really funny things about that, though, Chris, is there was this technology company that figured out how to update firmware.
Wow, what was that? What was it? Oh.
Devices don't, have to go out of date.
Oh, I know. Java. Keep my Java going. I'm good.
They also discovered that it wasn't very good, for financial stability, because if people don't have to replace their devices, they don't. But your thermostat might be out of date because you put a thermostat in a home and 25 years later you still have the same thermostat. But there's no reason, if it's internet connected, my Blu-ray gets updates, I turn it on, it says you need an update, and downloads an update. Why can't my thermostat do that? Why can't my refrigerator do that?
Carrie, I need...
Cool enough.
Oh, jeez.
Wait.
We have some young people... Oh, God. I'm going to hate this thing. We have some young people in the chat room that don't know what a BlackBerry is. Could you explain that? Because that's pretty old.
It's a fruit. It's got antioxidants in it.
Jake, you pointed that out.
Banana with it.
Yeah.
Sad. Well, a technology like this, do you think is vulnerable? I mean, is this something you would do? Would you, up your home security so you can control it from the outside, lights and air and all that?
I think it'd be cool. I'm not sure that I would trust the security of my home to software, wireless or not. But that day will come because our warships run on software. Our cars are starting to run on software. Everything we do is starting to run on software. We trust the smooth flow of traffic. I say that semi-seriously to software.
Software.
Your traffic lights are run on software.
We trust Google Plus. And
we
Google.
actually have dudes that hang out and throw big switches.
No, they're midgets in those little boxes, green boxes on the side of the road.
Wetware. So, that's the thing is we're trusting software more and more. Well, no, I don't like the idea of trusting the security of my home to a software, wireless app that can be found on my phone. That's part of the reason why people recommend buying homes in, what they call safe neighborhoods, so you don't need to worry as much about that. But I don't mind turning my lights on and off by software. I don't mind trusting my refrigerator to tell me that I need to replace the water filter, that I'm out of milk. So what? But
does your fridge have Twitter? That is the important question.
Yeah. You should see what this fat slob bought today. Oh crap! Hot dogs with whipped cream again.
What are you filling those hot dogs with?
What are you doing? Having a banana stuffing party?
Of course.
Oh
Let's
my
have the
gosh.
Guinness Book of World Records highest altitude terrestrial banana stuffing party.
All right, next week. Let's do it.
Do it. Mount Hood, here we come.
No, we can just do it at sea level. It'll still be the highest.
We can all get on stools.
1 feet above sea level. Alrighty, so well, we have 3 listeners. Carrie, you said you want to try to give something away tonight?
Oh, yeah. Where'd I put it?
Guys,
There it
we're-
is.
Oh,
So
hey,
we're
I'm
giving something away.
So that means I can roll, right?
William Shatner's toupee. Oh, I'm sorry.
What is it? Hearthstone. Oh, something from Hearthstone, huh?
Across the top it says free cards. We have 3 codes.
Hey, hold that back up there again.
Put it like this.
All right. So we're going to give away to one of you luckies. Hopefully you guys can use it. If not, use the code and give it to someone who plays Hearthstone. There's plenty of people playing it. Sell it. I don't care. But since there's 3 people, I guess we needed, well,
a D6.
You want to
It
do
says
D6?
4 watching.
Well, because I'm watching. So
I'm watching too.
Okay, so
And
pick.
Caleb's watching, so that means we've got 1 person there.
Jacob wins. No, I'm kidding.
Right, so we got Jacob,
Also Ryan.
Ryan, and Roxy.
Hondo.
Right?
Yep, Jacob, Ryan, and Roxy.
Okay, so Jacob is 1 and 2, Ryan is 3 and 4, and Roxy is 5 and 6. Ready?
Ready.
We could do a trivia contest. What company does Carrie hate?
That's not a good question.
Just kidding.
All right, and we have a 5. So 5 and 6 was.
Quick, rewind the podcast.
I think 5 and 6 was Roxy.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's a good week.
Yay, Roxy, we'll give the code to you. Congratulations for winning this week's prize.
Yay.
Hope you have fun with it. Hearthstone is a fun game. I will play against you anytime, and or play against Hondo, and he'll kick our butts.
Anytime. So I'm going to call you at like 3:30 a.m. on a Tuesday and say, dude, let's play Hearthstone.
Don't be too quick to challenge Roxy. You have no idea what those 3 new cards are that she just got.
Well, one of them is you get 5 10/10 beasts with trample and some other stuff anytime you think of how cool beasts are.
Or Indeed Podcast. All right, so we're going to start wrapping up tonight, but we do want to end on a little bit more of a somber note. We hate to do this, but I think it's very important. Of course, last few days we have lost a very important role for most of our childhoods and in the movie careers. Robin Williams has passed away, more of his own accord. Unfortunately, very, very dark thing that happened to a lot of people. Depression does get the better of us, and we lose that battle. And in this aspect and day and age, we not only lost a comedian that there is no equal to him, but a lot of people don't point out he was a huge gamer too. He loved D&D. He loved Battlefield. He loved the technology side of what gaming brought to young people, and that's just not said enough. Even I didn't hear much from Scott Johnson on this aspect. He was one of us. He was a geek. He was that one guy that everyone loved, and the stories about him have been incredible. But he does pass a very serious and more direct realization what's out there is, depression does kill. And sometimes it takes one person to maybe catch it to stop it from progressing even further. And you do your best every day to make sure that doesn't happen to people around you. And there will be the hotline that is being pushed onto the website. We hope that you do pass that around. That's information that everyone should have. And depression doesn't hit just young people who are having hormone problems or who are trying to get through life and the stresses. This is the man who was an accomplished actor who brought comedy and loved everybody, and it still got the better of him. And it's hard. And it's a realization of all the people that do pass. He's one character that was on my bucket list I would love to meet. And unfortunately, that's one I won't be able to until one day I pass on and meet him in the great afterlife. You guys remember much of Robin Williams? What was your favorite movie of him?
I always liked The Survivors, the old Walter Matthau movie that has Robin Williams going up to a tree with a cigarette stuck in the side of it and saying, "What kind of a man gives a cigarette to a tree?" I always thought that was a great line. That one and Awakenings, those are probably my favorite Robin Williams movies.
Wow. Carrie?
It's probably one that'll get said a lot, but I was a big fan of Dead Poet Society. I saw it at an age, and a time in my life when it was really impactful, the idea that a teacher could care about his students, actually genuinely care whether or not they were able to, not just learn the material, but become better people, better human beings, and be able to chase your dreams, and that they weren't frivolous necessarily, that they could be a good thing, a good chance for you to grow up. So the movie was impactful, and I thought he did a tremendous job. He was a brilliant performance in that movie. That was probably my very favorite. Although I have to give mention to Patch Adams, because I thought that was a good emotional movie, and Aladdin. Genie had me in stitches.
Caleb.
Oh, so one of the few movies of his that I actually saw, because I wasn't allowed to watch Disney movies growing up. It was weird. Anyway, so I didn't actually get to see Aladdin until I was in college, but I did get to see Mrs. Doubtfire, and I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, that was a good one.
So, and then later on, I got to watch Jumanji, which was always good. As well as Good Will Hunting.
Oh,
all good movies.
Yeah, Good Will.
And I will end it with Flubber. I absolutely love that movie. That was creative and very much in the aspects of what his talent was. Mr. Williams, we will be missed among the world of gamers and the world of movie entrepreneurs. We wish you a better, and we know right now God probably is not able to keep a smile off his face since you've been up there. So there's one to you. After this night has gone to an end, folks, thank you everyone joining us on the video wall and all the nitpicks there. And look for forward shows. We'll hopefully have some more goodies for you and spread the word. Until then, Keith, take us on home.
Thanks again, everyone, for listening to Indeed Podcast. You can find us online at IndeedPodcast.com. You can send email to us at IndeedPodcast@gmail.com. If you're on Twitter, you can follow us, twitter.com/IndeedPodcast. And if you're on Facebook, you can always come to our page there. Just search for Indeed Podcast.
And a big thanks to VTW Productions for all their hosts and needs. Visit VTW Productions for this show, past shows, or any one of the other shows listed on the network. Join the forum boards. Catch some word in there, talk to us, join the monthly art contest, because, gosh, we'd love to see some art and some photos. You can win some great prizes there. So hit us up on Steam, play some games. Until next week when you hear Caleb shout out.
Carrie, that's totally not how you stuff your banana, dude.
Oh.
He was waiting for it.
He was ready. Call back.
Low-hanging.
So show me how it's done.
Low-hanging fruit.
Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Well, you have a good evening, and we will see you on the interwebs. Indeed Podcast has been filmed in front of a live studio audience.